Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Yeah, but kind of story of the prophet. Now, you know him say, I come to for Yankopon send on by in a DOD Kayan Kazan say our body, Yankopon and Sanran, any and maybe Adam alayhi salatu was salam.
There was some Muslims, because the majority, I believe, and he said, Adam Nini Power D Kayan Bono. That is wrong.
And he said, I am present. The meat spoke to the prophet. I just say 10.
A Disney 10. A tier 4, me chacha will be a Mr. Uba share video man fast. Invite a man for tag a man for okay as usual. Seto says about life. Ye percent is ababedin commobion, okay. And no, I mean a program. I will have say many a Bismarckusi CSF, okay. As a Christian, okay. Most of the time I'm not crying pono. Me penesa say many people now they have questions for Christianity, okay. Because me a new Christian, even though Crampo say me nyanko boesu, okay, me nyanye baptism no, enti me de manumpo na can say me a Christian, but I think say before say me ebe CP say my Christian ni Crampo no. I think say was me dey kan kokko boesu, so but me nyanya opportunity no, enti afena me prepare a solid pa join and I say me ne mo amerihwe asori a me kwakọ join na me hu say be fit me, okay. Enti say ukas me ka say me a Christian a me a new Christian a Baba join me de me hu akwakọ share osom a ye Christianity ma me de Yesu ababa ye me shepherd, okay, the way, the truth. Sana Bible ne kire say Jesus is the truth, so he is the good master, so what say he is the good shepherd, sana Bible ne kire. Enti many Bismarck kasa Bismarck CSF ni a ono de o ma yete ase clear say ono de nyame bie ni honom so ono wonje nyame bie ndi o yusu na adwene anti Bible no krampo wonje ndi to questions my Bible no tough questions from his standpoint, okay. Omo hunu say a tough questions, but obi a we Christo di na we Bible ni ndi o hunu say sa questions to omo busa ni nyina no sebe emfa kwan so emfa kwan say dey bia ono apo kan no obi a we mechanics no, okay, no person kokko read science book no tiase what the mechanic adwene ne ba science book no mu na obeka science book no doesn't make sense e dey ntina e koba no sa no, because even though say we are very good in mechanics no, what the mechanics adwene na e kan science book no enye possible no. So we CSF ni na say we kan Bible no, na we kan Bible no with what tra ebefa confusion ebe okay, so because we make sense, Asare Francis Mechia, okay, Kwame Ofori among for so line so Lazarus so lines Mr. Moshe Asare say be good and can bet my friend and can bet my friend and can have a conversation. Me name say have a conversation that Asare Francis, me name say have a conversation that many people have a conversation, okay. Sometimes no frame ya go on na recall say ampawe me na kasa da and I say impo na kasa fan, okay. But any panel also me name say because I have a conversation, because I have a conversation that. But to bet my friend, you know, many Bismarck your program na okay. Bismarck busa your questions be about many Bismarck I think say when anyone na third program okay. It's a unyan program ni nyina unyan hwe bi ni nyina so your tough questions Bismarck busa me about Christianity. First one I think say we spoke about is God just? And I say, is the Bible God just or justice? Or not say bisa we ku amount for any bisa no. Ye kasafa ho me church the Bismarck say according to me knowledge na me work for Bible no, okay. God is just, a perfect just, a loving God, okay. Cause will be a just, no bisa a loving. And nothing I me kind say okay. The logic in Christianity no, one of a kind. The God na Christianity portrayed it no say no kre and I say enye no kre say ubeje de na say wonje ndi no, okay. The logic behind that no, if you sit down now person we sincere to yourself now, God will be and change God we say, okay. God na Christianity portray no portray so a love say a man for be who say case will be a love na, that means unconditional love. The unconditional love no a man for expenditure will say you obey bia no be fa hodi because I love you no, you obey bia no, there is no punishment. That is not love. There is no consequence in your action. A father who loves his children no, he disciplines them. there is consequences in their actions. Honey, love no. You don't say my wife, I love my wife so my wife loves me. So whatever I do, even though I am married to my wife, me ye bibia no krampo na emfa na ho. Obebe fie na me no obafo for the name pass kan emfa na ho because she loves me. If they say there should be a consequence. It's because the God in the Bible God no, or you love on it, okay? He punishes because whatever you do, no, there should be a repercussion. There should be punishment. Every sin, and into the Bible, can say the wages of sin is death. Into the sin be our committee biano, the punishment a death. So what I say now, the wages of sin, the wages, you can't say wages are say salary or payment. Your payment for your sin is death. Into you sin, you will get your reward, and your punishment is death. Okay, that is a loving God. But Osai just into or just God now Osai loving into every sin you did, there should be a punishment for your sin. Say what the sinner. And or no answer take all sin now, what far to no so. It said the bia makako say will be uchu abobo ya. Una uchu abobo ya, okay? And a bia what they call bo bi maguye. And then the pakona hodu na ye joso. And obifo fro na wono wonye hwe no wono wotwam keke na wono ohunu se wo ho kire wono ono ba betwia wo kan de amount. Una wo ye de wo ye no be krampo na wabo na wo kutwa bobo ya wo di kotwi ka na wo de akwa disa as ade boni we say no akwa kan obi niam agu na ye joso na ye tetew na obi twam na nipa ko no say metwie sika no de amount etwie sika no de mawa obetimi akọ no nkyere say untimi nsa nkonko ka obi niam angu biom obetimi akọ ka obi niam agu biom. So what they say na the logic in the Bible, no, a good God, no, a good or come close to people. The difference, the God in the Bible, no, he come close to his creation. He's trying compared to the Quran God, and I am too better for my creation. I will never even come in my creation. I am up here and you are down there, and you just serve me. So what they say now. But the logic in the Bible, the true God, not the end, okay? He comes to you, bow and chain. That's why Jesus came. God, Emmanuel, God with us. That's what it's saying. He came with us in the flesh. He walk up, but we have the word. The word is still there. So God, he's still with us through his words. He's still with us, okay? The Bible, then it makes sense, mommy. Also, we have had conversation before. I started many clear. And be able to my friend was saying, ya digest ya kasa kakra was say okay. You person check it many Bismarck conversation in rano. Bismarck busa me questions be brief Bible no wie ye no. Me so me busa no questions for the standpoint be on wo kina or e dey na wo gidi. Aha, the viewpoint be na wo no because say many umi no nyina enne ye kasa wa say no okay. Say ye dwene enne nko aho. Now, you say, why are you winning argument? Why never winning? Say, oh, you have disgraced yourself. Say, generation, ye a chima be honor. And up, yen winner who say, okay, community na ye ja to honor no. Say, ye cat will be a news na adjuna at the commotion, beba. Because yen na yen pet. Yen na yen pet. And to say ye need standard be ye kasi Yakupon be any honum. Na obi anyi use na adwene. Na say ya anye lucky. Na ye koko fat leaders we be gina ye nim say leaders we never be decide ya maye. Tell what you say. Na say leaders no omo decision na also omo decide so what say ye fa. E betimi akofo commotion bebre di aba. And I was a man for more than a year. It is about dwene enanko aho na ye kan say nyame bia ni honum. Bible ye corrupt. Bible near force. Now you push Bible no kwa. Also, John will say the more now you are pushing the Bible aside, okay. Door ben will be an opportunity. The air the air replace the Bible, no. What then can what analyze your share? You know what analyze your share? How na beti me aboa? Ama amanfo aye steady. And I say about see amanfo aboa e Ghana. Say the malam no on the page one of them say Seto and Ben Moshe should be stoned in Ghana. In Ghana, okay. At the time they also join home, and then they will say, "Be Bible ninye, okay. But to be honest with you, no, say obi use Bible in the wrong way, no. You can and Bible no people have the agenda, okay. One thing people have the agenda. Enti you can say so here sa King Leopold letter na or na. King Leopold letter na or na or the ma missionary so amofama Africa no. Upa kochaki sa letter no. Na share letter no. King Leopold or tre letter we say okay. Or catch re or say omo mebe preach gospel no in a way na ebe favor omo. So they came with an agenda. They have their own agenda. They didn't come to speak the truth about the Bible. They have an agenda. They knew said the Bible, no, they are going to use it in a way now it will benefit them. So their agenda was to just come and use it in a way now it will benefit them. So they didn't come with the truth. They came in a way that they are going to use it. They know that there is truth in there, but they can twist it in a way that it will suit their agenda. And that was their whole purpose. The same thing Obiso Kantra was to say, Obie when in there. How do you know his agenda? Say, Ebe see two or no. You go on the pastor big Bible, no one so preach church. You don't, he has also maybe an agenda. Obiso Obie when agenda, you always have to think, say, what is this person gaining? You no can react say the King Leopold letter no or they use certain words out of context to gain themselves. Tina mean to be blame Bible because a Bible ni a book where that one say what they say na say the obi can send be actually one and said that bad thing but obi to make sell in the way no the amount for now they deceive amount for. Ubekwa selling in the way the amount for now the deceive amount for okay nti sana King Leopold ye ekoye so no sana obi so sana amount for bebre no Ghana sisi ye Ghanaians na e bi krampo ye the King Leopold ye the same thing agenda ni nyina say they will gain they tina hu asofo for bebre kwa nkofo bebre kwa all they think about is themselves say omube gain and obituary one. What about the Negro Bible? So I would say, and that what example? No. They made this Negro Bible to use it against them, the Negroes, and to gain for themselves. That is not the teachings of the Bible. The point in it is here will be super CCA now. No or kind Bible not you will see say he will give you verses now. It will suit his agenda exactly now. Or Negro Bible no. The same way, the same logic that I've been was saying. A BS King Leopold this year, a BC 2022, maybe see what I say. And the Negro Bible, no, a specific verses be a almost peke and almost arrange and almost share to suit their agenda. Omo for original number, omo me said in it, no. The same way no biso can be from Bible no na on can verse be nchirawo, obeka the Negro mentality no, obeka the be suit or no agenda. That is why you have to be smart. We all have to be smart. We all have to be smart, okay? Was this so God was looking at them why they were using the book to scam? What do you want God to do now? That is why now, you see, me post to amount for go now. You can plan, but the God's plan, and this is Bible kind of say they over planning, but eventually, no, so what I say now, the plan of God will come to fulfill. Eventually, and to say one would disgrace happen. Anyhow, our system of course will Europe pass a crampono. Forward think you have to think. The time will be tone be the amount now. Okay, you have to always do that. If one of my Muslims need tone Christianity, the amount will be. You know the agenda of the Muslim, you know. You see the kind of questions, verses or whatever many pakro. So all the context, the bamupe or mukasi. That is the logic here, okay? So you need to say I should put the link there. I'm going to link into one of them because this particular topic we say and I wanted to talk about many based my conversation I have on Enron, okay? Based my comment, I think that you're good to me. Then there, I don't have any problem. People questioning me about Christianity. I don't have any problem. People questioning the Bible. because the same thing I'm assuming other religion, okay, the same thing I'm assuming Bismarck crampo me ne kasa before some life we say no, because I can say about twaso ene so but me pia bonten my team my Bismarck particular time another specific time be program no, because minim I don't know na me I was me year 1 2 1 2 be until me bedru fie no and I'm afraid Bismarck until since me man at particular time on until no on so until me feel the whole time on so family so until me bedru fie na me friend no on so I want the family wa abonte and say on so ni bi oye the oil so until only time when your time only fie and until na yenti me program and no but me ne kasai e bia da chen ye be sa program no na ye hunu Bismarck so ense no na ye kasa fa motia ho ne sem enema bia Bismarck so ogidi onji ndi kwa po so onim motia ho ne motia wo communication oni motia wo communication so what you say na enti ye be kasa fa eno so ho kakra na ye spiritual understanding of these spirituality things no okay enti misrema ase wo ye kristoni a hunu dia wogidi no so hunu se wuti amanfo ano too much na anase wo kan say bia wo de you can say common sense ever be judge Bible no kwa dia wo de plain no context be anyone you don't know the whereabout what the Bible is trying to teach you and also tell you now then you will say it doesn't make sense. So what I say but you putting things in context, you know what you believe in no so amanfo bebre kan say bia your Bible no nya it was there before that anything that have the war before no and no momu enye the most the word best selling book is the Bible. The word best selling book is the Bible. Anything that say the Bible no e wo way before na say books no the best selling books. I don't think enter say. Anything that amount for say books no ndi anim kan. Na Bible no di anim kan. Obi anfo e bentiasie. So you are joining what I'm saying, okay? You can also join too. Okay, the link is there. And everyone now, person join, you should join now because we are not going to stay forever. If you have questions, we will say now you can join and then we can all so you are here.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you clear.
Okay, greetings.
Yeah, greetings, Suini. Did you watch the program from yesterday too?
You mean the one with Bismarck?
Yeah, the one with
Bismarck. Yeah, I watched it. Yes, I was live. Yes,
yeah.
Live.
I even saw one of your comments. You were saying something like I wasn't answering Bismarck question. Did you write something like that?
It's true. But is it?
Can you give me what was the particular question that you think I wasn't answering?
So you are going to take me back. I can't even remember exactly.
Yeah, because you see, I want people to be. I want to analyze the topic from yesterday. I want people to. I liked it, so I wanted to go back and analyze it, and because it was a beautiful program. And me, I don't really care what some people may say about me. Say, oh, you are confused, you are stupid. I want people to we can still engage with each other. And there were so many people on live yesterday, and then I wanted people to call in, but my time was up. My time was due. Okay, so that's why I think maybe I will come back today, and maybe people could call in and then also share what they want to see.
It's true, but Seto, you see, if anyone should insult you, just block them.
That's what you see. That's what I have to do now.
Yeah, you don't owe anyone nothing.
Nothing. And when we speak about insult, okay, if somebody is even saying, Seto, you are a fool. Okay, Seto, this one day you didn't reason. Seto, I don't even mind such insult. Okay, if you are speaking with me, I am the one live here. But somebody to bring my wife in, okay, your parents. What is the sense in this? I am people the one live. I don't mind people questioning me or giving me tough time. That is okay. You can even say, Seto, your big head. It's okay for me, okay? You don't look good. Okay, fine, I know this. You cannot speak proper English. It's all good. I'm not saying I am above insult and nobody can insult me. I'm not saying even this. But some people, they don't have nothing sensible to say. So they will just go straight to maybe your children, your wife, okay, your parents, whatever. But why do you have to do that? That people have to block them. That is what
Yeah,
I mean.
some people they are not. They say they are conscious, but they are not.
They don't want to
Yeah,
tolerate anything. You see,
yeah.
they say they are conscious, but they don't have no tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
You
get it.
can,
So
yeah,
they are only conscious if you are also conscious, just like them, just like some Muslims do. You see,
yeah,
you are the brother if you are also a Muslim, and if you leave
yeah.
Islam, then you are now the enemy.
Enemy. Yeah. No, it shouldn't be like that. We should be open to different views. That makes even the conversation more interesting, right?
I think so too. But okay,
Yeah.
so Suyini, what do you have to for us today? What's your contribution?
Yeah. I just want to say something first about what you were talking about when you started
Okay.
uh, about the religions. If one should get rid of the Bible and Christianity, what will happen?
Yeah, what is the replacement? What are we going to leave the generation? Are
Our,
we going to just
I
let
think
them
I've said
use our
this
brain?
before. Our own indigenous belief system is the way, because uh, I'm not even going to go into the Bible or the Quran, but just keep in mind that if you look around the world, most nations that have developed and are doing quite well, they have not adopted any foreign culture, tradition, spirituality, and way of governance. Even if they will adopt a way of governing themselves, the indigenous way of doing things will actually reflect in the constitution, in the way they are doing things, and therefore they will prosper. The problem with us, particularly in the Africans, half of us or majority of us are Christian and the rest are Muslims. Uh, so we are kind of lost because spiritually uh, we are lost. Even politically, if you look at the political systems, these are systems that are foreign to the African, because that was not the way our ancestors uh, ruled themselves. We have the kingdoms or chieftaincies, right? And then you have even the educational system, which doesn't reflect our own reality. You will go, what is the point of going to school, getting a degree, reading about Japan and earthquake in Japan and America, while you can't even fix a simple, what do you call a task to sort out the problems in your backyard.
It's true.
You
But
understand?
Suyini, okay, so what what are we to do now? So you see now, the education system is bad for us. The religion, okay, but I don't consider Christianity to be an European religion. I don't consider that. Christianity was in Ethiopia way before it came to Europe. Okay, so I don't see Christianity to be a European religion. That may be from your standpoint, that's what you see. But we put all these things aside. So now we have to start bringing out the good things about our ancestors, the culture,
Yes.
the education system that they had for us. Where is it? What kind of education? What was what were they learning before the colonization happened? That is something
They,
we have to start. What was the
yeah.
kind of education? What were we building? What kind of things that we had, so that we
They,
can start promoting these things too?
Yeah, we have to. You see, they have something that we call informal education, and that is, by the way, the Europeans who call it informal education. Uh, you see, to just give a classical example, is that in a village or in any village, without the school from the West, you will find someone who could treat people. You could find a nurse who could, or midwife, when your wife is going to give birth. You could find someone, if you break your leg, he can fix it. They
Mm.
didn't go to school.
Okay.
They knew they could actually tell when the rain falls, or when the rain is going to fall, and they even had a way of actually getting rain. They knew all that.
But really, so this was particular specific people. But what was the
No,
education
no,
for the
no.
children?
This is not only Pacific. This is all over Africa. Sato, remember, we are very connected. No, you cannot actually
Sweden,
train that.
I want them to focus on Ghana. Okay, I want
Okay,
Ghana. Now we are Ghanaians. I don't, not the whole Africa. We want to Ghana. Okay, now we have
okay,
to put aside whatever the colonial rulers or masters gave to
yeah,
us, because we know that it's not helping us. The English
yeah,
is not helping us. Okay, because
yeah.
not our language. We have to learn English before we can even study in our own country. It is not
Yes,
helping
which is
us.
the
So
problem.
the language is not helping us. I think it is clear for everybody. Okay.
Yeah,
Um, uh, what do we say? The syllabus, the educational system that they have
yeah,
given to us. Now we're still learning body parts of fish and abebe and all kind of things. It's not helping us. Okay,
yeah.
so we're putting all these things aside. Okay, so
Mm.
now what next? That is, you see, that is what I want people to also get, because we cannot only push away something and there is nothing to fill that space. So
Yeah,
what do you suggest? How come till now, you see, some people blame, they say the white people came and then they translated the Bible in Ashanti for us, or in Chi for us, or in different local languages for us, but they never
Mhm.
translated the science books, the physics books, the
It's
geography
true.
books. So why are we not doing it ourselves now? Why do we have to depend on them for doing it? Because now they are no more there. So why is nobody, the conscious people, why is nobody translating it for us in Chi?
Unfortunately, I don't want to talk too much, but unfortunately, we are an independent country. Ghana is an independent country since 57, right?
Yeah, 1957, 6 March
Yes.
1957. Yes.
Unfortunately, we are still, what do you call it, politically, economically, and mentally colonized. Unfortunately,
Okay, but it
we,
still doesn't
we
change
are,
the fact. You see, nobody, imagine if a conscious person, somebody who truly want us to go back to our culture, has
mm,
or go back to our roots, using our own language to study, using, because everything is start with one person. So
yeah,
if somebody was able to translate the physics book, the science book in our
yeah,
local language, and then he
yeah,
brings it out and educates people about it, he will have definitely people who will back him up. And then you see, even people homosexuality in Ghana, we have people who are for that in Ghana, people who support it. So
yeah,
everything will start with one person, and then
yeah.
it will, at least, maybe it won't go through easily, but people will start to realize, okay, yes, it will be very good for us if you use this physics book or this science book in our language. But nobody is doing
Yeah.
this. All we do is to complain. All we do is complain. No, all we do is complain how it will not help us, how we should go back. But no, you see that I cannot try. I can't even read tree. To be honest, I can't even read tree. So if some people who are really knowledgeable, they can maybe do something rather than always bashing the Bible, but they put themselves down, they sit down and they translate even at least one book in tree so that people can read it and understand it properly. Don't you think that will
They,
help?
it will help greatly, immensely, if we had. But you know, the Cree is even taught in the university. You know that?
In the university or in Ghana, you mean?
Yes, yes. You can even take it at the university level.
Yeah, okay, but it still doesn't change the fact that maybe they will be teaching you tree in English. Like we learn maths in English. We use English to learn. English has become, and we want to put this colonial mentality aside and go back to our culture, our way of
Mm,
thinking. Before they came, we had our
yeah,
way, and that's what we
yeah.
want to what we want to put out. Right? That is the logic here. So,
Yes.
but we
Mhm.
have to start somewhere. Those knowledgeable people who are conscious enough that they know that our ancestors knew the better way. So we should start now, so that maybe in 10 years to come, at least we will get like 2% of Ghanaians who will be following us. And maybe in 50 years to come, now we will have like 15%. And in 100 years to come, now maybe we'll have 55% of Ghanaians who are for this.
Yes, I do agree 100% with you that we do talk a lot, but we don't put our what do you call it, our minds and hands together to start something, which is a bit, it's a weakness when it comes to us. We talk a lot, complain a lot, but when we cannot really go down on the floor and really put things into motion. That has been a weakness for Africans. So I think it's high time, me and you and the rest who are actually talking, maybe we should start to come up with a plan that we should start gradually, as you say. It doesn't necessarily have to be like big. Even just 10 people, you start from there, and then hopefully it can grow, because as you say, we complain
when
a
it
lot.
comes to the language, using our own language to learn in Ghana, if we have people, okay, and there is a lot of people who have the knowledge, who knows the language really, really good, and they can do it. Okay, if they do it well and then they explain it to people, many people will understand it. It will be very easy for us.
Don't do it at all, because they are not thinking like me and you are doing now. Those who think like me and you, they probably are not in the position to do much. You understand? So one need a kind of push to get something.
Suini, let me. Asare, are you there? Asare, can you hear us? Okay. Eric.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Eric, you have to hold on now. Okay, Asare is back now.
No
problem. Yeah, Asare, it's on. I don't know what him from. What
Me wa China. Say last minute with Dinkomo.
Aha, yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Akasa that. Okay, that's what I was saying. So because I saw the picture and I knew say Akasa before. Okay, what China? Yes. Any chacha Ghana for China Kasa okay. Ni hao.
你好，大家好啊！
我是接for me chacha ubia. Ana. Now okay, sorry, contribution ben our my wa say.
Yeah, me no, yeah, me person me can, and say once I can assembly concerning King Leopold's letter no. And I will say if we should take that in context, say we are even if it is a true letter, what I say, we should why don't we as believe say people, a certain particular people who use that letter no for a specific agenda. What I say, even because in the letter, no, it was stated clearly, said they should teach the Bible in a way say benefit to almost what I say. And you know, that means that they were supposed to distort the message in a way be said yeah, confused. So what I say, and I said the benefit to almost what I say. And sometimes you know, we always think say, if the Bible is right, we have put our core channel also in a way there. As a core channel there, crowd, you know, yes, you're doing who say with yen core channel so no. Definitely there now all practices be a woman yeah they condemn almost say they were bad. I say Bible in the better no credit Bible in the better sense animal. Why don't you think the same way in that angle? So and can be said then probably there were some also specific people who use yen and animal culture no, in a bad way to benefit themselves. like say bia ombekunipa na so mbeye niema bi no, maybe there were still the true path there. Nenka it doesn't require certain, inhumane treatment, but a certain particular group of people so use soon in a wrong way. So what you say?
Okay, but sometimes by example, say the better better sense be a group ben our doing so omu use so culture no and omu use in a bad way be and you use so omu as a standard for the no more. What do my example be a
be ne say obeka say personal be a ye wo be a last minute we din komo kan be say ye wo be a na ye twa na su ye say akra na be a ne 9 year nti we bosom ba na be say nti yenkoku no and
disabled.
You can agree with me, say it's not probably all tribes in in our African jurisdiction, and yet we are not performing that specific way. No, probably obisu no also in a different angle, and I said obiana at that time no, they agreed to that decision. Say ebia obewa kra nanka ebia nani baako ye ne ya anase ne nine baako ni ho a ye bosom ba na so certain different creature be a say ye more treating no so at yase anase ye kuno. You understand? And see, I will agree say probably no yes you are being who said definitely the mimi who said ye culture no say the Bible now after several years teachings be sisa na enema divert ba no a pe de hu say say na teachings bi ho no ma no omo anka antre ye ene niema bi no so na we must agree say culture no so if it was allowed without infiltration of religion from other places and can your culture no after over certain number of years and as we grow and environment changes, there will be some bad practices via new woman. You will automatically realize, say, definitely those ones should be abolished. So what I say, in religion, said the Bible, no, so some time past, no, will be a Negro Bible. At that time, it was generally accepted. What I said, generally accepted. Obian fight against it, after certain years will be better say no and yet it's free one. So na yes your culture no certain parties do a year time. If we gave it time, it would have automatically we would have taken the bad ones out and let the the best ones. If it will not be it will not be absolute right setting now be okay, but as time goes on, me sure say and can maybe without infiltration of Western culture, without infiltration of other religions, no, and culture, no. If we were allowed to live in our own zone, no, as humans and logic, common sense, no, maybe what I say, yeah, you can as a Bible, no, and one betray say, we and yet we near no one can no more your bonny being in a man and person may draw attention, kakra,
sorry, okay, and it's the same ministry kasa was in the same thing now na can okay say bia me na ye menka e Bible no the Bible chere akọ Bible no chere say okay Nyankopon your conscience bo ye mu a if it's a Bible no one kwapa we know good and bad we will grow up we have conscience in us and before say the Bible came people already knew good and bad but point na person a break or has say there also who say our culture your system no it could be say a bit benefit a bit boy say European mentality colonial mentality free more okay but see I know that what we should promote it more we should stop putting our focus let's say our another tarnishing Christianity we should bring more our culture outside we should say young come the way a culture no na you're doing say a bit me boy a bit benefit Yema people should know this more than say about criticize the Bible, no, because they
okay. But the warning say Bible no abe demonize your culture in such a way say Bible no abe the picture na ye na nanom ye gina ho say eye nyame bi no ebia eye messengers to a certain god no What be demonizing and will not be presenting another God. What is it? Present another way. Bible natural say, yen and I'm not come when and say acquire abosom some normally directed to a certain supreme deity. No, Bible not be stated emphatically what say abosom so young kwasiasem. Emma will be sorry. Then if we bosom no entry is so
okay. Yeah. Yen canto so and so my name honum. Say I'm pass yen nanom abosom no okay. Bible never be tarnish or image now. We that's antisa said omotiena. That doesn't change the fact that we can still try to show people say the Bible was wrong. The Bible was wrong. And by presenting, by bringing it out. And yes, I'm trying to say the Bible never tarnishes our image. We say, but omo good people. Say they be obi cancer setoye bad person. Setoye ebia oni mema ebi and asi bibi say okay. But mentisa, because obi cano, it doesn't mean say then I have to keep quiet. But my character, my wife, me like and nobody may show said the obi kind and this it's the Bible never about tarnish. The Bible itself now mono. It has been tarnished since Quran about tarnish Bible. Quran came and said Jesus didn't die. And it was from 1,400 years ago, and it's still the Bible is still there. So Bible is still the leading. And it's just because of being tarnished image now, it doesn't mean that we have to leave it. We can still promote and show people say the Bible can wrong. This is the culture, and this is the true culture for an African person, a Ghanaian and Ashanti person, and it's not true. The Bible can say they're saying something and I say your culture and so we have to more promote this culture and people who see it for themselves say a truth no one they are. Said any probably in them say now a Christianity, Islam, and all use to common sense. They present your culture in a way nature they will hold it. It's the Bible not tarnishing now for you okay.
Trust me, that moment nana airban on that moment nana airban and you say because some years back not yet we be an Bible, you know, and we have made that decision not to use it the way we used to believe, you know. So what I said, we have it is that time is coming. A few can say so the okay say Islamic also be tarnish Bible in such a way say Ebeka say Jesus Christ woman. Omono ya mechim kofu bi amfiri mu ankoye omonko yeah situation is serious. That African situation is very serious because yet bet capture more of our ancestors and the omkoye slaves and my slave Bible. Yeah, cause blessed are the poor, blessed are the meek, blessed are the servants, obey your masters. It has been way syndrome be a abyss saturated mind not for a long time. So it's our emancipation, you know, from your side before we will get rid of it, you know. And yet just a few years. What I say, it will take several years. It's not make us say, you may be said discussion be said, I mean, you have be saying, and a lot of people say Abraham P. Munonema and Kofu realizing you may be na start to say, yeah, dissect Bible no with our logic and reasoning. No, we realize that it be a near anonymous so the no be nema me may call back to yen anonymous near maybe a me who say probably none you may be a definitely ya jib tum said the name be homo ya name. So what I say. So as na Bible no so no near be brave on ma yeah wrong. Definitely. Nyankopon no wo ho no ma ene wo doye na ye pepepe no no there's no about white about black about yellow people who are the Asians and want nothing a certain particular race it may use the book negatively to have a very horrible on a certain group whether a minority being a far for their benefit. Nyankopon will not watch. They say, "Oh, your father was
Matthias, sorry, TV. The same logic way I would man Nyankopon say be so Nyankopon was powerful and go be saying happen. It's the same thing now. Also, I was okay and say your ancestors no so no your muji dibiano. Why should we go back then? Because and also you're powerful and why would they say there for people to come and do this to us? Nyankopon no Bible Nyankopon he has failed people say they no. And today go back to our ancestors. So almost tena say, "Emma yebe fire yenkwa, ewo ya ye krom, it's a sa egu ship mu e de ko bi krom kokodi yani ya ye krom kram pu do ye honom Cape Coast ko hwe baby a slave castle ni sina me ko honom me ba Ghana 2018 okay me ko honom me ko hu bi so why should we go back to our ancestors? So the same logic now with the Bible, no? The same
now make us see whether the existence of God or not. What I say?
Who say Bible no God no you what mama one race about farm he never intervened
right now no the me no enye me sa ye can say whether ye nananom omunya me bidi ana meje the western god bidi me this god bisa o sa picture no ye ni aya assumption na last na me ni udi nkomo make say akoye say ye no na without ye cry ye humanity existence me say without ye humanity existence no the picture of God no and I said that deity be of a certain God no cry is not even it will not be even known. So what you say it will be there as itself.
Sorry,
it will not be known.
The conversation you were saying we should go back to our ancestors because
yes.
Yeah, but now
make us your ancestors man can say young cosum or munya bibia na bibisa the practices make up from beginning no na make up from the practices. What I say senka nyame bi kura wo ho saa na nyame bi kura wo ho saa na we should have if you follow ye nananom de na we are not wrong but we obedi na de aba demonize wo de. So what I say that is what the problem is. Oh, it said the Yamini to me, only to me, no, and not yet. It's not really what the discussion, but then I can say logically, no. So also for putting the use Bible no for their benefit. Let's say sign a minimum or pass now we loving father. Let's say one the supreme as your genie the and anum the minor. Okay, your jitum yen anum the minor tina. Omutimi overcome ye near nananom dear no omanti amboy ancestors into one way supreme now we loving no and what's nasi a certain minority be a bit distorting message at the bed humiliating certain group of people at the bed torture a certain group of people and he stayed there watching. Do you think say time you think of over Mediterranean Sea no people were hungry, women were being raped. Now they moved to say that time they have already brainwashed them. Said, do you think that none of these women who were raped, none of these men who were kept to be, in prison and suffer hunger, they never cried on that God to save them?
No, I probably
they never cried on that God to save them. And how did that God, come in?
You see, according to the Bible,
mental issue on most black people.
We see the Bible. Bible according to the Bible, it say, okay, don't be afraid of the one who can kill your body but not kill your soul. It is if somebody kills your body now, the one who takes the soul is the what is important. In afraid baby, there is God. The God, he sees everything and then he knows whatever he allows things to happen. According to me understanding, it doesn't go always say the person who say father no he has to also be sick and maybe happen said who think I was happening. But the God in the Bible, he teaches us say so I can die today, somebody can come and kill me today now, okay, but the body will die, but my soul baby he takes the soul. It's the Bible naturally. And it mean can say the justify a good and I say bibisa. But the plan of God, I don't know, okay. But you see, my man for Eric, so not Eric, so and can Eric, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Eric. So you have the time to any contribution?
I wanted to carry on as far as what you said, as far as the Ethiopia. It did come. Ethiopia did have the Bible. It is said before the Europeans. But it's a church, one of the biggest church in Lipopano, South Africa. And the guy who started the church they got about 10, they said it has about 10 million followers, not followers, but church members. But when he first started the church years ago, if you look it up, when he first started, he was taught Christianity by the Europeans. But when he was teaching, he was also teaching his culture and the history of his culture when he was teaching Christianity. And the Europeans wanted him to stop. And he didn't want it to stop, but he ended up working and seeing the Ethiopian missionaries, because Ethiopia had missionaries in Africa also. And he ran into an Ethiopian missionary, and the Ethiopian missionary taught him how to infuse his culture within Christianity, because they told him that the Bible is not a culture, it's a way of life, just like any other religion in the world. You got Hindu, Buddhism, and all that. It's a way of life. And he taught him how to infuse the word of God and the way of life within the culture, but do it, but have understanding in the way he do it. So that's what he did, and he started that church in South Africa, Limpopo, South Africa, and it's one of the, if not the biggest church in that area in South Africa as far as Africa. Also, King Selassie here in America, in Harlem, one of the oldest church in the country, he put that church there to gather Africans here in America so they can have and keep their culture, so they wouldn't have to adopt the European culture, which they was trying to push people into as far as here in America. He also did the same thing. He put a land 500 acre in Ethiopia because he was the first Rasta, and he put a land there for them to come, like a privilege to them to come to Ethiopia and live there. Now, all Rastas are not Christians, but there are some that look at him as the second coming as Christ, which he denied, said he wasn't, but they look at him as that. So my point is basically is I have a question. Why, as far as what you said, in Ghana, when it comes to history, why not the books is not written in y'all language? But is there any science books or any books like that written in other languages?
No, that was the point. Was, you see, people always use that as an argument that the Europeans, when they brought the Bible and they translated the Bible in our local languages, Ashanti, Fanti, Ewe, all kind of languages in Ghana, they have been able to translate the Bible in it. But how come they did not translate the science books, the physics books in our languages? Okay, so my question was, so how come nobody else why do we have to depend on them? They did not translate, they translated only the Bible. Now you are blaming them that why didn't they do that years ago? But now you also have the ability to do so. So why are you still pointing fingers that they did not do this? But you can also do it. So that was the question here. Okay, why are we not translating it ourselves and still trying to point the fingers that they didn't do it, but we are not doing it ourselves?
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, okay, I see. I understand that.
No, okay.
So I understand that
So
now.
that was the point. Okay. So so what exactly were you trying to say? Because the church in South Africa and the church that you mentioned in Harlem, what was the connection? Because
the connection, I was trying to say what y'all was talking about as far as the culture, and as far as when people say that the Europeans brought the Bible, or as far as how they taught it, which was through their culture. And I was trying to point out how that the Ethiopians, and it was other African countries too, I just can't remember the name, but they had their culture, and which they did as far as here in America and in South Africa, how that person, the person who started that church, he didn't have the European culture. He didn't do it. He did it with the culture that he grew up in, the African culture that he grew up in, the history as far as what he did, and he infused that with Christianity for the Bible.
Oh, okay, I get it. because as I know, okay, Christianity doesn't take away my culture. If I am a Christian, it doesn't teach me to change to be called I don't have to be called Paul or Matthew or Mark or Luke or John. I can have my my culture name. You see, we all have this English name because of colonization, but not because of Christianity. Right. I don't think Christianity doesn't erase my identity. Okay, that is what I see. Christianity will only take away what the Bible would consider as evil things from our culture. In case, let's say, we were doing human sacrifices. I don't know. I'm just making an example. And Christianity will take that out. But the way I eat, the food that I eat, Christianity will not take it away from me. The dance, our music, our kind of culture plays, our language. The Christianity doesn't take. We don't have to go and learn someone's language in order to worship our God. That is the beauty about Christianity. But let me take George. Okay, George, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Now, George. Now, I think I have to reduce the time so you can express yourself too, and then
Okay.
Julius will continue. And then I have to end the program very soon. Okay. But everybody will get like 1 minute to make a wrap up. So don't go away. Okay, George.
Okay. I'll make it very quick. In fact, I'm quite touched by your story, how it all started, because I've been following you for some time now. At least for the past 2 years, I've been following your videos, and I saw how you were changing, how you started learning. It got to a point. It all started when the CSF started debating this guy. What's his name? Obedi Amankwa. That's when I started listening to you and all that. So I've been following you, and I am really impressed, and I am more motivated because I'm also a Christian, and I am really motivated to study more, get more teachings, like learn a lot of things, because there are so many things that I need to learn. You see, the problem that I realized with Christianity is that we didn't really most of the time we don't get the foundation very well. The foundation. During our time, our parents were very busy trying to put food on the table, so hardly before they even share the word of God with us, and that has been a problem. If you go to the Islamic part, they have a special school for their kids.
They invest a lot of time.
They invest a lot. Exactly, to the point that they even learn the Arabic. I don't know how many Christians who knows how to read Hebrew or Greek or Aramaic, and that is really a problem. So, in fact, I'm really impressed by your story, and I also want to recommend one website to you, answeringislam.com. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Is it from Sam
Shamu? Yes.
I know that.
Oh,
I know that.
Yeah. So that is also a great source of information. And in fact, and this guy, I don't know if you know Dr. Brown.
Okay, no, I don't know Dr. Brown.
Oh, okay. He's also a Jewish Messianic Jew, and in fact, he is great. He's very good.
Maybe I think I know him. Let me see. Is it this guy? Let me see. Let me play one video.
I would say those who think that Jesus of Nazareth never existed are well over 100 years out of date.
Like Bart Ehrman says famously, he says, if Jesus was crucified, he existed. And since we know he was crucified, he obviously existed, and all those who say he didn't exist are just wrong.
Historians today regard the existence of Jesus as a done deal. It's indisputable. In fact, professional historians and biblical scholars would view those who would deny the existence of Jesus to be on the same in the same kind of camp as Holocaust deniers and those who think we never went to the moon.
Of course he existed. That's really not in dispute. What's interesting...
That was the guy, right? Dr. Michael Brown.
The Michael Brown.
I know him.
And you see, yesterday I was listening to you when you were having the conversation with our brother. And in fact, some of the questions that he's been asking has been answered by theologians. If you go to the internet, if you go to YouTube, most of the questions that he was asking has already been answered.
Okay.
If you go to Reverend Ravi Zachariah, he answered most of the question. When you go to Dr. Michael Brown, he answers some of the questions. When it comes to how Jesus became the Messiah and all, he answered everything. He tackles everything from the
George,
Jewish perspective.
The truth is, from their point of view, where they are standing, okay, they don't want to accept it that it's a religious book and then it has a context and then you have to accept certain things. They want to say, how can God do this? They want to judge or decide for God what God can do and judge God based on their knowledge. So you cannot actually do anything unless they humble themselves.
In the same way, if you use the same criteria for them, you know, they are found fumbling. I mean,
see, when we say our ancestors, okay, when we use the same logic for the culture of our ancestors and certain things that they do, and then we don't want to put ourselves in their shoes and we judge them according to how we see things today. They may be doing things back then, and we judge them according to how we see things today and say, what was the logic in this? They will be offended. They will say, why are you attacking our ancestors? Okay?
Exactly.
But they will turn around and then they will ignore everything and they will question the Bible in a way that they don't want you to question the ancestors' traditional beliefs or something like this. Let me take George. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Be a strong Christian, okay? Encourage people also to.
I will. I'm actually planning to. I've actually started learning, so I'm hoping that next year by this time I might be able to even hold programs with you. I just want to do that. I
hope so. I need strong Christians who also are very well versed in the Bible. They give you verses from the Bible to make their point. Okay, I don't want people who will use only their brain and they will say something. We want people who knows the Bible. And as you were saying, you see, when I was every time I am questioning people. I'm questioning the Quran. I was questioning Christianity before. But I wasn't only just questioning, but I was also opening my mind to listen and accept whatever they are teaching me.
And you're doing your own research alongside.
I'm doing my own research. So at the time I came to conclusion, I say, okay, I believe there is a God there, and the one that the Christianity is presenting to me, it's a beautiful thing. I will accept the one from Christianity. That is the point.
And I have also said, I've always maintained that even if Christianity is wrong, based on the moral standard of Christianity, I will still remain a Christian.
Of course.
Because if you compare the moral standard as compared to any other religion, Christianity tops all. Any other religion, we cannot even talk about. If you compare it to Islam, you think that Islam is evil. Seriously.
Definitely. Julius, Julius speaks more, okay? Because my time is up, okay? I have to go. Thank you, George. Thank you, George. But hold on, don't go. Maybe you have you all go wrap up, okay? Julius.
All right.
Yeah, settle.
Yeah,
Mechia etipu nyina. Now, first of all, I mean, can't you say scripture no. Na se see the Bible no. Scripture ne die ye na nanamu dia. Eno ni na mwatu ni ding Old Testament, you know. Okay. Na
no friend is saying.
What scripture? Anna
we sure say na normal friend scripture.
Scriptures. Who say na matro in so emwa human so, right?
Minim sa prove anyway.
Anna ebi most of friend is true. Now on abobo na nye book. Okay, on abobo. What friend is true. Up to now, ebi gusu wo ha e wo museum money ade. Right? And only ye now with that, you know, it was the 6th and 7th book of Moses. I was there to meet. And no crown, who may ye and Bible. And what na power in our share. But they say, dear, no friend the Bible, no dear, a tone true, power be anymore. My father, no 6th and 7th book of Moses. O Fimono, my younger brother, no part that says, say, me, Christian, you know, sir, or the mamma, me the baby boy, into on farm, mammy. Into my car also on farm, and but I say, who say, who said, how could be say, I didn't know a brofutin be fire and be a slave, not yen and a moment my free. Yen and animals,
my kind of says the whole canon, okay? Because one of the Busa saying, Uncle Pont, now one of them here be saying, okay? And I'm a tiny man and say the same question we say so. So, you go back to our culture and they believe now. Then why should we go back? Because they also said that I'm not going to say,
okay, I brought for the buy, no. Say na wo si kan won yem betin ase check akra e ma ye was steady yen wo buy no na ye wo intoko adru ye wo ayira adru sa wo problem bi mu na unyipe na film na wayira na ye sa ni mani nyina wo ho right sa tu ni nyina no wo mayen to ni nyina agui right?
But I don't think 2 minutes I'm protecting Kofo say mamunjin Kofo we now. That
what me the meaning but nkrofo bi kan say aborofo aborofo na nanom warning on say we aborofo na wo mantie enu nti na no right but what the said am time no ebe cut short no to you
okay
emra na ye wo Ghana no na ye ti insuwa no na insuwa no na esa de say enoma ye one dan wo munti no na awo ekokyere enoma no ewe ana nini insu wo ho eka kakra me cousin baako ene madam for baako anka nini ya akere won amene won it me father
nini ye de ben
nini python
okay wo
python anka ya akere won amene won it me father hu sa pe no so problem meba hope no ye owadru mayen oye owadru mayen just owo bi obehu en bia no na oguan na ni nyina so no ihamban no de ye na so owadru no I say we di owachi wade inti sa wudi a onim se wadi na chi wade inti onben
okay
eno ni sa 2 million na ye nananum won ana abrofo no bema yen tu ni nyina agui ho na wonya yen
but the point before so be mama two side we go no but protection nyame na and I say God na ye follow no the same logic now we apply to Bible God no okay na ye pe obi ba no ba be dada na wo 2 million 2 minimum do that 2 million be bomb catch us Charlie men follow guy we say no obe punish o kran so oni nkofo we enantia because omo ba be same system but omo anya hwe
sir well sir I don't know what can say free will who decide say on so na nanu bi ma so
why the car free way why
well sir opa na abeko opa wonko
it's a big catch say logic Bible no mo the Bible you did the same thing apply to musumu de na the same thing no and so mu
say Bible no de no I say onyame no wom no e promise say mudi na chi a obeye samam but ye na nanom de no dey different and no there is no promise right
okay when ya okay now okay Julius ya tia
zana na nanom de no thing inti eno no pa na akobo ohu ban opa na akobo ohu ban e wo ye na nanom tumi mu so wa mbo ohu ban dia na che say won protect inti eno ni free will
ubo ohu ban e wo ye na nanom honom na o yiri se obi betima be fa akoye wonko a
wo obo ana tie ni yo say oba kire won enye dipanya na otime kire won ebinim no won queen ebinim na bima ba ohu ban right ebinim wo ntoko adru ebinim wa yire adru right
okay but
enye won nyina
so you munya no mo ko but omo ye successful because omo conditions the follow say and to say enye munya na no mo ko ya na say bi no mo ko akra pona still no omo ye successful the omo ye bian because omo krom kasa ne ye ka omo din e de to ye ma omo syllables ne ye use say what say dey na nanom de ma nya ye use bi o nti omo ye successful
well but remember say do na ye use there so na ye young African name na ye use me we African name na no English name
I think so. Education.
Right? And now Balatea still now you follow your tradition. They still follow the same tradition.
Yeah, so but still at the end of the day, no, okay, no. I will say boy and ban, but Oma more ban at the time Oma more ban because since the end number Chiara and say I started a before no. Any swing yen na casano, see if I see a call back now, near cohe, the end of Momuya na. Is there a base artist? You shouldn't need concrete to be a penny, a bit say no more. Ira, and maybe a penny football on component service.
Ebiaira, but they been swinging right.
Yeah, of course. And did they one of the crampon into me, Yabia, a bit media validate who say you're more catcher and Posan and never one of my. I was a Joe Moody because of me and penny for that what I say. Sisi and Bob brother about quadrangle Golden. Hello? Obia joy, I say. Golden Otemenka. Okay, I say me finding can okay, mini brother. Hello? Ona wo kasa si anso no bi kasa form ono na wo kasa form no okay so I think say we nya call enti me conclusion was say na program na end was okay so in the bidding can kasa on the bar first
okay so to you see what Julius is talking about, and the question that our ancestors, God didn't protect them, and the white people came and kidnapped them and enslaved them. What I want you to understand is that when the Europeans first came to Africa, they did not just come the first day and started enslaving Africans. No, that's not what happened. So you have to look, what do you call it, into the history before you even talk much about what happened. Who's
Okay.
making
Sweeney, hold on, small. Okay. Go in. Okay, we're free. We're disconnected. Okay. Sweeney, continue. But make the conclusion, okay? Because yeah, I don't quite ending, Mr. Wa.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what I just wanted to say in short is that when the white people came, they did not come and started enslaving our ancestors from the first day. They came and actually did business with them for a very, very long time. So they had more than enough time to actually study the systems, and then they later on used it against them. You understand? So it didn't just start immediately.
Okay.
So what
Yeah.
what Europeans that you're talking about? Because it's you saying Europeans. What Europeans you're talking about?
This is the Portuguese.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Portuguese
the
came first. Yes.
Yeah, but the Portuguese. When you say European, what are you saying? Because they have white skin, or Europeans because they come from a certain.
Portuguese are Europeans. They are Europeans. What
Okay,
what
so
what are you implying?
But you have you said Europeans. You had Portugal that came over there. You had Dutch that came over there. You had
All of
Spain.
them are Europeans. All of them.
All of those countries are Ethiopians.
Europeans.
Oh, Europeans. Oh, okay. Okay. So, but you said they came over and did one thing. All of them came over with a different mission.
Come again?
You said Europeans came over and they set out to do one thing, and then they enslaved. Europeans,
Yes.
different Europeans that came over Africa, set out. They had different missions. Then you have to go to what part of Africa that you're talking about. They just didn't go to one part.
Didn't they come to Ghana?
One set of Europeans, yes, came to Ghana. Then you had others.
They went to what do you call it, Namibia, East Africa, and so on. They went around.
Right, but you said.
But the point, Eric, and Suyini, okay. Even though I want this to go on, okay, but my time is up. I have to leave. That is the point. That's I want people to make a wrap up, okay. So Suyini made this point. Suyini just made your what?
Can I just say something short before I go?
Okay, short, please.
Yeah. You see, the Bible, the question is if it's an African Bible. You see, the Old Testament, without doubt, is African. But what happened to the Bible later on has nothing to do with Africans.
Okay. Let's and that's the statement you have just made. Okay, maybe we can analyze it next time. Asari, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, Asari, make a wrap up. Okay, you have something to contribute.
Okay.
Okay. So I would say I'll continue by saying, or I'll wrap up by saying, from Suyini's statements, saying these people who entered Africa, especially let's say Ghana, it took several years before they were able to conquer our system with their strategy or with their main doctrines and dogma. Like, it wasn't easy. Even if you look at the history of the Ashanti Empire stood against these people for several years. So they were several ancestors died, and they were able to successfully execute their plans after some years later, with the idea of instituting institutions like educational system to brainwash the kids for them to get to get the picture that what their fathers and mothers were following are evil. So if you destroy the generation from the younger age, you are able to overcome them from that point. They couldn't successfully execute their task from our ancestors who were old at that time. They were successful after several years using educational system. That's why if you go to Ghana, high schools, Presbyterian schools, Catholic schools, all these schools were forced to do mass service, were forced to go for church services and other stuff for you to be indoctrinated and destroy your own system from your childhood. It took several years. So they were able to execute their plans based on these strategies. And secondly, I want to end it by this free will thing. If we say that God is there, He knows what is good and right, okay, and then He has given us free will, then that God, let Him go out and let us remain gods, okay, because that means we have the free will to determine our, success or failures. And when I choose my free will, he should go to bed and not come and judge me for anything. Period. So we
okay. So what you okay? Just let's you have made your statement. Okay, Eric.
So in conclusion,
sorry, you just made two conclusions. You work as a my Eric in Canada. Okay, 1 minute.
All right.
Eric,
you said this is last conclusion, correct?
Yes, please.
Oh, just thank you for having me up on this discussion. I appreciate you having these conversations, and bless to everybody in the chat, and bless to all my brothers here on the panel. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too. Thank you for contributing to. Thank you for joining. Okay, we appreciate that. George.
Yeah, hello, brother.
George.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. But I wanted to say that I want Christians to understand that the God that we serve is a God of order. He is an orderly God. He's not orderless God. So you cannot just say that God should do this, God should do that. He has set every principle in place. He said, if you give, it shall be given unto you. You don't have to be a Christian to be able to benefit from this. That is why even people who don't believe in God, when they give, they get it back. He's a God of order. He doesn't just interfere in our affairs unless you invite him. So that's what I want Christians to understand. That's the basics. And what our brother Asari said, the educational system, even though it doesn't really suit the problems that we have in Ghana, but it's the same educational system that is building laptops, that is building the internet, that is building doctors. The herbs and the gods that we have, were not able to produce those things. So the educational system, even though it is not solving some of the problems in Ghana because of how we go by it, it is the best.
Okay.
Seriously.
George, thank you for your contribution. Okay. And Julius. Yeah, Mr. Julius.
Boarding school is also part of it. What it is destroying. What you feel parents want. Now what share boarding school. Now they giving you different ideas. So the boarding school, the church, that is all part of the system, man.
About Julius, the boarding school, they say a boarding school is just an option for people now. They live so far, so they can't come. They say the boarding school is even a good thing. It's not by force.
Tio, Chroma Highway, Canada Highway. To be in free school, go different town for school. You have to stay in your community. Into the schools, is in every community. And there is no boarding schools here.
No. But are you saying that there is no ABI university, this type of university? Because if you want to say there are some universities now, the opposite will see ABI a new honor. So they even somebody from another
university don't know what be adult. Right?
Yeah, but it's the same blood system, because I was also in a boarding school. I was in a boarding school, because the reason why I think that I was in a boarding school was because both my parents were here. And then the one taking care of us, for the burden not to be too much on this person, because all of us then we were in boarding school.
So what's my conclusion? Then he's giving his conclusion. Do not interrupt, because when the one who was supporting
last one is also taking me there, sir.
The one who was supporting you was giving his conclusion. Yeah, you were quiet, but now this one is not going in your favor. You are
because boarding school
boarding school is the promotion, even gay okay, with the member you could go the same room in a year. Most of them will return to gay and then lesbians, right? That's all part of some system. You have to get rid of those things, okay? Now another you need to say okay, something about certain things as a technology, right? Technology and young translate them. So say my system me engineering field. Wọ́n á chiche bibie mu nti wei wa hana wei wa nti say unti bi hu secret no just say what my adwuma company bie mu so okay wei fia na what dia bom ansa na nti no to protect their technology no nti na wọ́n chiche mu bebre, right? Nti unim say wei ekọ ha na say wei ekọ ha, right? That is another problem right there. Now say and say ebet me afa ye hu adi no, okay, me de yen go back, okay, to our own system. Now yen forget it depending on them. Say all the time bia no one say what the vaccine brain, one say ye follow on the answer na yen akoyin anim na yen kasa inbuild the yen niema, because we have the majority and I said the capability to do it with the African Americans. We have learned. I'm into it, so we can go do something. So we push the government, now then for pressure and on. So no one fears and build the institution and as organization. A bit am going and I build a young crew.
But that's okay. I'll end the conclusion in the say, but come and say okay. There's union asare muka and ninano. So white people, if they come or mobile trans a crampona or mobile steady a crampona. It doesn't change the fact that the gods that our ancestors depended on, no, they should have also told them, not say protect them, say these guys we say no, sign. It doesn't matter how long number depending on okay. And Julius said they also comes to see and say because they protect their information, their technology, they protect it, no. And yes, I can we see books, no material books, never physics books, until we should translate it. The people with knowledge, those who want us to go back to our ancestors, your culture, they should translate the book. You don't need them anymore. We have
so
the book.
Make a review say here. Yeah, take science books to say. Now, and I said physics books to say. Now, yeah, the core young school must say the build the car to be built. The way we study in school is totally different from what we do in the workplace. Totally different.
All the emphasis what I say, okay, because time and as soon as I give and take it, better cover back about it. To be honest with you, I appreciate this such of conversations be saying, okay, I want the platform to be like this. Maybe I say now, maybe be administrator, no doesn't mean I'm knowledge, because the more now I interact with people, it helps me. As a Christian, then you cannot take that away from me, because my people said the Christianity, okay, but still I can get ideas. We can promote certain things. And Julius said they also who say what's your call back, Suini, any Asari, you go back to our culture, okay. We should try to promote more our culture, to the people so that they will get to know. Just saying we should go back, but we don't give any examples. It doesn't bring anything. You can't say you go back, but you go back at the end of one. So we should push more that the more focus na the Bible na say more Bible more more Bible na more person more expose Bible in the way that's our focus na more from promote your culture and your tradition. And the reason why now the Bible will not help us, but that will help us. And I think it's why okay. It's therefore we see what I say so our platform we say so. We even so one join the crap on now person copy video now also post no page so you have the right, okay. This videos no monetize and I say be a main report so until you can copy the video, especially so online also say now so post no page one and I say what cut baby I open so cut no but men no propaganda way now so what share and I say what's why in the open in the okay. The program the basic I say me do be as Eric Asari Suini George Julius, okay, and a brother back on so join about time and answer Medobiase, Mohammed Awal, Ni Amu, Abubakar Sadiq, okay, Grace Press, Medobiase, Seto SSK, Enfa program nisi wa say, Muma bye.
Difference between a Christian guy and a man of God. A Christian guy might say that he loves you, but a man of God will love God more than you. A Christian guy might text you Bible verses or have a tattoo of them, but a man of God will live out those verses and have them written on his heart. A Christian guy might go to church or wear a cross around his neck, but a man of God will see that the highest calling is to give Christ glory. A Christian guy might accidentally compromise your purity, but a man of God will protect it above all else. A Christian guy might seem super attractive, fun, or handsome, but a man of God will have a beautiful heart regardless of his looks. A Christian guy might be content to just take you out, but a man of God will go beyond the superficial and hold you up before God in his prayers all the time. And to be honest, that's something that I'm still working on to this day.